Welcome to Out There Living. I'm Stu. Out There Living is an adventure lifestyle blog for the outdoor enthusiast. We focus on achievable and affordable activities whilst keeping the budget low and the equipment minimalistic. We're here today at the Cowa Weir to showcase the Hicat Sandfire aluminium chassis mount canopy from Hicat Canopies in Albury. We're going to give you our review of the Hicat Sandfire after 6 weeks of use on the back of the Ranger and a couple trips away. And we're also going to run you through the canopy, inside, outside, underneath, and the features and craftsmanship that go in to this product. We've got the aluminium chassis mount to save on weight. When I started this process, I was thinking, will I take a jack off canopy off? Do I need the extra weight? And the trade-off was no. I'm going to keep it on there because I'll honestly probably never take it off. So the chassis mount saves some weight, looks good, sleek lines, none of these holes that you need to the jack off points. Just a lovely looking canopy. The Hicat Sandfire canopy is fully welded by hand by professional tradesmen that are just top notch at what they do. I'll run you, as we run through the video, we'll have a look at some of the welds that they've done, and they're just spectacular. Beautiful gear, beautiful tradesmanship, and very professional. Features of this car we'll run you through. We've got the saddle toolboxes on the side, which is a standard. We've got the rear trundle drawer, which is a standard. You've got the adjustable mudguards, which is standard. You've got your whale tail compression locks with locks that are key to lock, very important. You can buy some cheaper canopies and toolbox alike that you got 300 different keys for, and that's just not fun. It's a bit annoying actually. They've put their own mud flaps on these. I'm going to change them, they're a little bit thin. We've got the 2 lockable jerry cans and the spare wheel on the back, and we've got the CNC cut tradie rack extended on the roof. That's extended because we've lost our tray space. I use this for work as well as play, and having that extended rack is very handy. It goes in conjunction with the Rhino rack roof bars, keeps things off the roof. Some nice long lengths of timber up there. It's very handy. If you go onto the Facebook, you'll see some photos when I've had it at work, and it is just, yeah, superb. Now, we've ordered our Sandfire in milled aluminium, so just raw, how it comes from the factory. So the standard finish is a little bit different than this. I've been over this with a really light scour from Total Tools. There's some really light gauge grit, light grit scourers you can get. You want to be very careful what you put on these. I did put some product on it that wrecked a couple of my handles, and I had to get them replaced because it chewed the plastic out and made it have a chalky look about it. I'll show you in another video how I clean this and how I keep it looking nice and smicko and without that really bright shine. You don't want the really bright shine because it can create a bit of glare and it's not very safe. Eventually we'll get this painted, but we didn't know what we wanted in a canopy. We've never had one before, so we wanted to be able to change it, and we didn't want to have paint or powder coat that we were just going to have to wreck by drilling holes or welding and creating chips and other things. We thought we'll use it for a bit, see what we want, maybe get it modified, add some things in, and then we'll get it painted. So let's have a look around and I'll show you some of the features of the Hicat Sandfire. Let's have a look at this. Whale tail double compression locks. So if you look here, they lock in, push in, and they push in again. And that's to ensure that that pinch weld rubber seal has great compression on it, and they're adjustable so that you can adjust them when they loosen up and ensure that there is a really good seal. Down here we've got the tap outlet for the 65 litre poly water tank, which is just gravity fed. An upgrade that we will do to this is we'll put a pump on it just so that we're not relying on gravity. And a part of the reason it comes gravity fed is because this particular package doesn't have any power, 12 volt power as standard. The fuel filler surround is really nice and neat, and that just tidies it off. I don't like the look of having a big hole there and a pipe work. It doesn't look that exciting. If you look in behind the fuel filler and the water point, you can see the heavy duty mounts that they've used, and that's just straight bolted to the chassis, and they haven't skimped on the sides there, and it's all hand welded by humans, not by robots. Across here we've got the adjustable mud flaps, and when I say adjustable, you can see up there slotted bolts into the uni strut frame, so you can slide them in and out with your tyre size if you decide to go smaller tyres back to standard or bigger. Plenty of room around the guards to go whatever size tyre you want. Looking under here, it's a bit tight. You can see here 65 litre poly water tank, robust hose coming out of it. What you do, you just fill this, put your garden hose on there, open it up, it's got a breather. When you see it spilling out the top, your tank's full. Moving on from the guards down to the saddle boxes. These come as a standard with a Hicat. You talk to Wal at Hicat and you say everyone orders them, so they've just made them a standard. Double whale tail compression, double compression locks on there. You have a look in there, I've just got some tie downs and stuff like that. Just a bit of stainless cable there to stop it flying open. Pinch weld rubber seal, and you can see here, looking at my little helper, you can see here the dust. You can see the dust line, like it's worked perfectly. A little bit of condensation in there, probably put some wet gear in there. Something I'll probably have to work on is put some gel in there to absorb that. Moving around to the back, we've got the lockable jerry cans. Now they're just a little one of these pin lock things, whatever you call them, and there's two of them. Probably only ever need a padlock on one. UES plastic hinges, composite plastic, they fold down. Look at the jerry can holder itself. Now it's in the open position. You can see it opens all the way down, so it's right out of the way, and it's got a small front edge, so it's not hard to lift that jerry can out. It's just a little bit up and out. They've put these rubber seals on here, which doesn't really seal, but just ensures that when it's in the closed position, it doesn't rub and it hits nice and snug. So you've got the spine brace in the back, the 6 bolts that are bolting it to the frame, and then you've got the outer frame itself that's then secured with the same 6 bolts through there, and then another 4 bolts holding that together. One thing I have done is I've snapped these hinges off when it was in the open position. I left it down, someone walked around the corner, walked into it, and they're not built to have pressure on them sideways, so where you can, leave them in the closed position. Now the jerry can holders, they also got cutouts, so if you want to put water in there with a little quarter turn valve, you can. Now on the back here, we've gone with the option of 2 lockable jerry cans. and just one spare in the middle. Why I opted for one spare is because I don't ever really remember getting a flat tire with all terrains on. Maybe if you run over a nail or something, but generally not in the middle of nowhere. And they've just got the saddle there for the wheel to sit on, and the threaded framework in the framework there, which I'll show you in I added in footage. They've made up a slotted adjustable bolt that's lockable from the inside to hold the spare wheel on. Now the trundle drawer is a standard 2 whale tail compression locks, just to ensure that no dust gets in there, and pinch weld rubber seals again. And you can see in here he's got the external seal all the way around, just like the main doors, external seal, so there is no possibility of water getting in there, and the seal is there to keep the dust out. Now I've got this lid added in on mine. It doesn't keep any dust or water out, maybe fractional, marginal, but what it does do, opens all the way up so you can get in there. Don't mind the mess, I haven't taken any of my stuff out. I could pack that a lot neater, but what it does do, gives you something to put your cooker on when you're doing your day trips or your picnic items, somewhere to make a cuppa, things like that. Very handy, makes the drawer way more usable. Then we go around here. Tail lights are standard. The 3 bar lights. They've got a sequential pattern that they use, which looks pretty cool. It's like a cascading effect. And Wall and the team have relocated all the parking sensors and put them on these neat little brackets, and the rear vision camera. Now I wouldn't bother with doing any of that yourself. For what you pay, you're better off getting the professionals to do it. So we're going to have a look at the seal on the doors. It's the same on the trundle drawer and the saddle toolboxes. What Hicat do, they have an external lip. So it's a fold, it comes around, and then the seal sits on that. It's actually 2 folds, and then the seal sits on that. So what that allows to do is the outside of the door is then folded around, and the seal actually sits on the front edge, and you're not relying on the seal to keep water out, but all the seal's really doing is keeping it airtight and keeping the dust out. Any water that does find its way in here is going to run down on this bend, on this lip, and down and out the bottom. I don't know if you can see the mark, but there's a mark where the rubber seal sits, and nothing's going to get past that because you can adjust the compression with the adjustable whale tail double compression seals. So having a look up here, we've got the Tradesman rack, CNC routed. Now it's got the CNC edging with this inner box section aluminium frame. Pretty robust. I've been up there, I've stood up there, holds me on, no worries at all. Had lots of loads of timber up here already, and it's held up really well. I've got the solar panel mounted on here, custom brackets, pot riveted, hasn't moved. As you can see here, look at this joint, fully TIG welded by hand by expert tradesmen. Wall and the team, they just do a wonderful job, and they really are professionals at what they do. A tradies rack is this practical, good looking piece of gear. Now looking inside the Hicat Canopy, you will see it's full uni strut internal construction. I've already gone and carpeted with some ply and carpet, but the good thing about these, and I will put it up, some earlier footage that I have, is that the frame is fully aluminium unistrut, so it's easy to bolt things to it. Now we've just opted for a empty canopy because we don't know what we want or what we're going to use it for. It's going to do a bit of everything. It's not dedicated tourer, it's not all work, and it's not all play. So we're going to deck it out as we go, because that way we decide what goes in it. When you're looking at canopies, you've got to decide what you need and what's right for you and what fits in your budget. The Hicat Sandfire, very affordable. I think this came in, I'll do some figures, I'll pop them up on the screen, just under 13 grand as it is, and that's with a few extras. So you look at the prices on the website, and compared to a lot of other popular brands, Hicat Sandfire is, I reckon, the best value for money. We've had the Sandfire on the back of the car for about 6 weeks now, and we haven't had any issues with it, and it's been such a good bit of gear, even from Monday to Friday, just perfect all round. Well, that's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed looking around the Sandfire canopy from Hicat Canopies. If you're interested in one, head over to Hicat Canopies website or outthereliving.com.au and follow the thumbnails, and you'll get to their website where you can see all the prices, all the options, and look at his gallery. Wal has some great products he's pumped out over the years, and do yourself a favour, head over there and have a look. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Have a look at our website and keep in touch for all the products, reviews, places, people and things we're going to meet. We're going to have a lot of industry professionals involved in this channel, and it's going to be great to see their opinions and talk to them about what they have to offer you to get out there living. Thanks for watching, and just remember, whatever it takes, get out there living.